us now, you might have missed one of the greatest matches of the year and perhaps maybe even history for the COD Rec League. Joining me today is none other than the amazing Hyperactive to cast this gold mixed match. Hyper, how are we doing today?
I'm always doing well. It's just kind of getting the blood level back down. You know, diabetes is such a thing, and you know, blood sugar's going everywhere. And no, I'm doing fine. I'm loving what's happening. It is such an intense and creative. There's no words to describe what we just saw, but what to come is going to be the words that we'll have to speak about, because already it is intense and both sides evenly fighting out on the deathmatch side of things. But control-wise, let's go into Seattle Sloths and Florida Puppeteers. Well, they've got a little bit of work to do here.
Osama getting 2 kills right off trash there to sort of send them back to respawns. Now this is going to be a test of rotation to P2. So right now Seattle Sloths have them beat, but it's going to be a great measure on the side of Florida to see if they can get those gunnies down, get those kills down, get bodies flying out, so that they can get themselves back in the game. Seattle leading by 30.
Florida have possession. They've got this nice control around the outside. One person just slightly inside. Remember, Cafe is wildly open, so people can get some sight lines in. As you can see, look how open it is. It's a little open cubby area, but nonetheless, it does come with its disadvantages. But somehow, Florida holding the floor and not letting anyone come through. MWIII will fall as there is a sliding Osama getting into his DMs.
Yeah, so it looked like Florida just kind of needed to put their accolades back on and get themselves ready to play. Gotten themselves back into the map, gotten themselves some points right now. Seattle, time to take that rotation to P3. But here's Matt, already beating them there on top AC. We'll see what he can do to keep the tide in Florida's favor.
Yeah, that's going to be a very damaging position, I'm not going to lie, because already Matt's got one. That's Osama down. And he's ready for another push. He's in an awkward position because Matt's not, and Mazzono is ready, there and ready. But once again, Osama, he basically knew where he was and went, no more fighting here. Seattle, they're locking down this point quite nicely. P3 looking almost in full control, and nothing can stop them right now. But they might need to be a little bit careful, but somehow they are still alive and still going, as I just commentated cursed them.
Yep, pretty much. You're going to see all green and orange just flying around the map. Guns are going to be blazing back and forth. You got just a couple of 16, 15 now seconds left on the point. If you're Florida and you're smart, you're going to go ahead and rotate now down to P4. Cut your losses. You're down by a little bit, but a great push onto this point. Great shots and great aim is what's going to bring you back into the game.
Yeah, unfortunately for Seattle, even though that was a great hold, Florida getting that nice rotation to get nice spawns to put them in this prime position, early advantage to them, so they're able to start to claw back. The question is, how long? Because here comes the force, here comes the SMGs, and it has been successful to push off Seattle and, to push off Florida as Seattle comes storming in.
Yeah, right now it's just going to be the battle of the MCWs as both streams are going to go through on both sides. But Leak getting 3 kills, almost 4 from top AC. Is it going to be 4? Yes, it's going to be 4. Leak making a statement for himself, distinguishing himself out of all of the players on this map.
It's swinging back and forth. It goes in favor of Seattle, so it goes in favor of Florida, back to Seattle, and then in Florida again. But this time, Florida, after a good run on P4, already primed and ready for the initial engagement, on to P5. Up at top, MWIII unable to get the double kill, but you were pinned against 2 people, and this very open site doesn't have too much cover, but it is going to be quite hard to push into nonetheless.
Matto on the side of Seattle, not only showing homage by having the sloth skin on, but also getting kills and kind of roughhousing Florida right off the point up to La Plancha. Right now, you gotta love the name to make a play, but he's just not able to. With 29 seconds being awarded shortly to Seattle, Florida, you're starting to get a little worried that this map is starting to drift away from you.
Yeah, it definitely Stunning indeed. Osama's really playing deep inside the site. Oh, I thought he got punched down, and Lapatra and MWIII trade each other off. Unfortunately, that's a team kill in the feed. Unfortunate friendly fire, it does happen, but after the first rotation, both sides looking fairly even. Florida have the better rotation early grounds. They anchor in for the first wave, but Seattle just have that strength to break them, and that's where they're able to keep the points ticking and keep them ahead. MWIII just short on the first kill, but does claim it. And that will cost him his life for hesitation, as Polo has got a very, very good position. We say top AC, great for P1.
Yeah, we've got a P1. Full rotations go through now, favoring Seattle Sloths. Florida, you're down, but not out, as we have some crucial control over P1 from all angles. Top AC used to be secret. Trophies are down. Nades are not hitting, so Florida looking to improve their lead right now and have a fantastic hold to hopefully turn the direction of this game.
Yeah, just had to stay a little bit lower to capture more time, but it's all about rotations, all about P2. It's up in the top right. It's just open up. No one's there, really. No one actually rotated. They were fighting so much for P1 and getting that advantage. It's left at a 123, 123. All time. It's all coming down to this. Nope, it's going to be La Pincha. Going to get the initial contest, and it will be in favor of Florida to get the point and take the lead back.
Great pinches on both sides, but take a look at the map. All of Seattle Sloth is about to make a crucial push in, but Florida making a big wall to shield them from coming in, and they're doing what they do best. Holding points, getting those shots down, and capitalizing on their trades. Now 27 seconds left on the point. Seattle's in an interesting position, whether or not if they should just rotate towards new, cut their losses, or keep pushing themselves towards the point. If it were up to me, Hyper, I'd do exactly what our #1 player, Osama, is doing right now and rotate to new.
Yeah, exactly, but they're still fighting over scraps over at the top. 2 and 7. That's going to be Shinvin and Lapicha. They're still fighting for the scraps, but they decided to go against. But yeah, we are going to be focusing on Osama, who has done a fantastic job at holding his own. He is still going, and he is bringing in the streaks. Three kills. He's actually got the cruise missile as well, so there is potential. Sorry, no, it's not a cruise missile, just that's a UAV, but he will have it getting close to the cruise. He's got 2 again. 1 more for that.
Leak, it's all up to you right now from top to get some kills down. Stop this Sloth force from coming in hot. Osama and MWIII working together to shut down Florida, likely forcing them to rotate to new. Kills are going through, trades are succeeding, but it doesn't matter because the last 15 seconds are likely going to be awarded to Florida. Seattle.
If I'm not mistaken, was this going to be a full 60 push? This looks to be exactly what Seattle wanted and what looked to be Florida's control over in Cafe. Not anymore. P3 is theirs, baby, and they brought this right back into game. But once again, it just swings from the left, it swings to the right. Florida have initial control, but it's taken down as Polo does MWIII does a great job to push them off. But again, Florida have the reinforcements and the positioning to fight back and to reclaim control.
Really love to see players like MWIII being creative, playing the waiting game, taking long routes, and getting picks when it matters most. Really just confusing Florida. I mean, you just saw there for a minute, Matt was just aiming in his own back spawn after seeing MWIII go through and kill 2 of his teammates, but Osama also coming in hot with the kills when it needs most. 16 seconds now being awarded to the Seattle Sloths, forcing Florida to rotate and set up shop on the next point.
Just saying, 40 seconds of P4 was to nobody. Hence why the clock is down to 2:28. There's still plenty of time, lots of time to go, but no surprise, Osama bringing in the cruise missile, and he will find nobody but valuable information. As still, there is 1 player left. Leak, there's definitely a hole somewhere, and he just let that through.
The assistance of Matto and Swarm are going to allow Seattle now to get to 200 points. A dangerous zone to be in right now if you're on the side of Florida. 177 to 214. The time is ticking down, that's for certain. And Seattle, they can win it here. Here's Matto again coming from behind, getting kills, and showing Seattle why they're 5-0 in the COD Rec League.
That is amazing, Matto. He is coming in force, but it's going to be Leak, and he's going to patch up the hole that he made, and he comes in like the assassin from Assassin's Creed. Ezio, hello, as we go for the third rotation. This game is still technically not over, but you look at the control and presence, it's looking to be blue. That's looking to be Seattle, that it changes hands. Now Florida have good control of the middle. Technically speaking, it's just doable for Florida. No, it's not anymore. Now it's going to be Seattle trying to close it out on P1.
Matto, what a marksman. So skilled with his shots, running around, being extremely lethal. And a pain in the neck on the side of Florida with his MCW Rival 9 combo. It's up to Florida. It's up to Polo right now. Stop the time from ticking. Every second is more valuable than the last. And Matt is able to do it.
Matto was hovering over to P2. He was getting the reinforcements and the spawns guaranteed to be in their favor. It's 14 seconds left on P1, and they've got to start thinking about the rotation. But if not, if you're Seattle, because Seattle have just claimed map 1.
Absolutely amazing performance from Seattle. Demonstrating control when they had some resistance toward the middle of the map against Florida. They still remain calm on their A game. Some kills didn't go their way, but some did. And one thing's for sure, Seattle
just joined in the last second, but we are gonna go ahead and immediately off the start, it's gonna be an A push for Seattle. They're gonna start with the bomb, and while Florida will defend, and this is a very open site. 4 and 4 still alive. That's kind of a, I don't know if you want to call that a dream start, but it's definitely neither here or there. Because both sides are equal, but Leak will take the first frag, and he will take the first kill.
Rush Plant's going to be down by Swarm. I'd love to see it if you're a Seattle fan, giving them or shortening the time span to Florida to only 30 seconds to make a move. And not only is he good at getting the bomb planted, he's good at getting kills. He could very well pull off an ace here.
Very well could, and I just want to double check. We had actually switched to the game feed. I do apologize if it's not, but the bomb is going to be defused while there's one player still trying to hunt them down. Bomb still being defused, and that was done very well by Florida. And what a round that was indeed. And it wasn't a ninja defuse because there was engagement, but nonetheless, a good little slide in.
I mean, Swarm can't do everything. He got the bomb down, got 3 kills. I mean, right now, if you're on the side of Seattle, you got to pick up the pace. Everybody other than Swarm just died really quickly that round. So this is where I say team balance, team chemistry, and comms come into play as effectively as possible. Yes, Lee got 2 kills, but Plancha also came in and got him another kill with an assist. So a well-balanced team will beat a single-handedly skilled player in any situation, and right now we're seeing just that.
Agreed entirely, but I tell you what, that push going down to A is called a full rotation, but going down to mid will not be helpful because Matto will also now take 1 more away from Florida. So what was going to be a rotation has gone completely wrong. They had the advantage, they had the opportunity to quickly go B, but it's gone against them, and now they're going to be pinched in. It's going to be squeezing in like a boa constrictor, but no! Osama has gone the wrong way, and A site is now open for taking. They had it in a pinch, and now it's all gone. A site is ready to take if they decide to get on it.
Seattle's made a crucial mistake right now in letting A be completely out in the open. Now they've come to the terms and realized that, but Swarm, oh my lord, I can't even finish talking, and these players just eliminate, absolutely steaming through Florida in the process to end the round. Now we're starting to see more synergy onto the team, specifically from Osama picking up that final kill at the end when all hope seemed to be lost on the side of the seemingly confused Seattle, excuse me. I'm still getting used to the names right now, ladies and gentlemen. Please bear with me.
Yeah, definitely Florida's had a good moment, but the thing is, they just went too slow. But at the same time, you don't know what's on the other side. This is the glory of S&D. You just don't know if someone's on site. Hence why they were extra cautious. It just didn't work out. If they'd rushed plants and gone a bit faster, it would have worked brilliantly. But the rush this time is going to work in favor of Florida, as 2 will fall, and they will have the man advantage as they will try again, this time to try and pinch in Seattle and try and constrict them into a situation. But no, that will be the bomber of Matto able to creep away. But Matty is ready.
Yeah, and Swarm not having died once on a 6 streak. Just leaving his teammate alone, giving Matto giving Swarm the trust to be able to fend on himself in a 2v4 situation, with Plancha and Leak being the last 2 alive on the side of Florida. They've made an exceptional transition onto B, but Plancha looking to hone in and come out, ending this motivation as quick as possible from the side of Seattle.
Matto, he's going to be last alive? Not anymore. So it was a good run, a good opportunity for Seattle, but Florida will find the round. Plenty of time to defuse as well, but La Plancha.
Hyper.
La Plancha. Yeah, doing a fantastic job.
Shout out to the Hispanic population. You'll have to see it. But yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. They were able to close down the round, and what seemed to be a worry, if you're a Florida fan, Seattle made a very successful transition over to the next bomb site. But again, Florida able to adjust and adapt as accordingly, getting those 2 kills off, bringing it now to 1-2. Fresh start. We're in round number 4. Seattle Sloths. Let's see what you can do here as you distribute yourself pretty evenly across the 2 bomb sites.
Yeah, it's a good way. It's a good defensive position. A B site very open, of course. You can send 1 player up there. You're able to keep an eye out. While the southern side is very tight. There's a lot more ways you can come in. So extra reinforcements is not a disappointment, not a loss for sure. And plus, A is more popular, as you can see. La Plancha trying to push his way through, unable to capitalize on the frag, and they're gonna back away. They know there's a lot of presence, so are they wanting to fight or are they wanting to flight? And it's gonna be fight as they push onto site with a tip-toe.
Gotta be punching the wall right now if you're Plancha. And okay, well now he's sort of avenged himself there, but choking that initial shots onto Seattle in the beginning and not getting that kill could cost him the round. But at 26 seconds left, Plancha's in prime position to plant the bomb, but he senses Swarm is on the other side, and Swarm does what he does best, swarming the bomb carrier. Now leveling it down to a 1v1 situation. Here comes Leak.
That's in a horrible place. This really is in a horrible place because it's in the choke point as well. He's just seen the player. He knows where he is, and he doesn't have time, so he's going to have to chase him down. He can see the edge, but is it going to be enough time? 5 seconds. He's out in the open. Shots are being fired, but they're still missing. He just can't hit. Oh, Florida are kicking themselves, and I feel there's going to be even more kicking for the carrier as he just missed out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will talk smack about what Matto just did, but he's already proven himself as someone who can, or Swarm, excuse me. He's already proven himself as someone who can hit his shots. So, with that being said, there's no question on skill here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a question of playing smart and strategically. This is just no pubs game where you can just go around, take risks, and have fun. This is a league where people genuinely care about winning. A lot of these people, including our producers and our exceptional production staff, shout out to them, by the way, have made an effort or have tapped into the Challengers League. So, with that being said, this is the COD Rec League, and this is going to be a league where people are going to take things quite seriously as we go into round number 5.
Round 5, 2 people down on each side. That's 3 for Seattle. It's down to Matty trying to really pull it back. Down to Swarm v Polo. I don't think we've had this 1v1 yet, so Polo usually falling quite early. Swarm, -1. I think that's a pretty convincing stat bomb left in the open, and it's going to be who can spot who. I think Swarm has just got away from being spotted. He did miss, but now there's 30 seconds left on the clock. To his knowledge, this is safe to plant. He's checked every nook and cranny, checking it just a couple more times, making sure anyone there, and now he is going to plant. But you can see Polo deciding, let's know where he's going to be. And this time, he's going to punch up at the right time.
Wow.
That's just missed him again. This is COD timing at its finest.
Yeah, and you're gonna see right now from Polo and Swarm, they're gonna jump onto the bar and not make any noise with water. But Polo is gonna be unlucky and run right by a Swarm. But intel was gonna be given away. Swarm is gonna go ahead and capitalize on the fact, not allowing Florida to escape from the hair on their chinny chin. Swarm again proving to us why he is considered a top player here in the COD Rec League, reigning in at 10-1. It almost looks like he's playing like one round of control with that record.
He really does. He really does. I tell you what, he shouted Marco, Polo shouted back, and that's exactly how the kill happened. And 3-2 in safe favor of Seattle. I'm here all day. And they will continue. They will continue to swing this back and forth. From the way it seems, if I've done this right, I think majority have been won via the attacking side. Someone back me up with the stats on that, because I don't have a screen to do the math.
Well, I'll tell you what's going on for sure, and I'm honestly not afraid to say it. Swarm is literally carrying Seattle right now. 11-1. Florida more evenly distributed across the map. 2 players with kills, but again, Swarm is going 11-1 right now. Can you imagine what would happen if he got killed every round? I can't. So with that being said, the rest of the players on Seattle really need to step it up.
Yeah, he's got a backpack, filled it up with the rest of his team, and he's kept on going, and that's a massive hike with 4 people in there. Trust me, I can't carry 1, let alone 4. Bomb going down on that B site, and now they will have to swarm over to the B site as they will try and push what is an awaiting Lepancha and MWIII. A Matt versus Matt fight. Who is the better Matt? That is the question. But there is just a head poking out. You can see the orange side and how we missed the pixel of the head. Matto will fall and Matty will stay alive, and we still await that battle.
Well, here it is, Hyper. I'm going to say it again. Want to know why the reason? Well, Swarm might be just putting me wrong here. Let me just shut up for a second. No, he's not able to. Let me be honest with you here for a second. Or tell you something that I'm sure you're sick of me saying. I sound like a broken record when I say this. Let's just put it that way. The lack of patience from the side of Seattle costed them that round. They very well, with the assistance of Swarm, could have ran away with that round, getting the 2 kills and the defuse on point. They had enough time to do it, but they just got a little overconfident and challenged objective a little too quickly and not waiting for the reinforcement from the side of Swarm, ultimately allowing Florida to just sort of get 1 pick at a time and close out that round.
Agreed indeed. A little impatience does not help. Patience, my young Padawan Yoda said, patience is indeed. As Osama will get the first, he will find the second. Hello, he's coming alive, and that's not good in the feed when you kill your own player, and the plant will go down. That's really not what you want to see in the feed. Polo will get a frag and bring things back into check, as he is alone and not enough to keep him alive.
Okay, well, it's good to see now, if you're a Seattle fan, that even without the assist of Swarm, you're still able to go in there and get the job done. Osama leading the round with crucial 2 pick. Unfortunately, on the side of Seattle, Swarm was naded by Shiv, but again, those 2 kills from the get-go from Osama is really what caused the tide, I guess, to be remaining in the favor of Seattle Sloth. Even though the team nade went through, they were still up 3-2, sorry, in the life advantages now. But now we have Plancha carrying the bomb, looking to make a name, making a statement for himself, as if he hasn't already.
Yeah, he's gonna try and do something, but again, they seem to going down to A, put a little bit of presence, and then start the rotation. But look at this, look at Osama. He's like, no, I'm not gonna wait for this. This is gonna be. It's going to be an early pick. His teammate comes in and helps. MWIII also pushing forward, and that seemed to be what was Florida's, turning Seattle's.
I mean, it looked pretty promising for Florida, but if you paid attention to the bottom left corner of your mini-map at the start of that round, I was just thinking this. Seattle had a great read on Florida and them pushing to that bomb site. So they basically allocated all of their players to sort of sit on point and play for picks, which is exactly why they were able to get those kills, and end the round now being match point for Seattle. I like to make parallels to sports in real life. So for this, I definitely say that last round was very similar to a 1-2-3 inning, but a 1-2-3 round in favor of Seattle Sloths.
I don't know which sport you were talking about, but I'm watching Call of Duty as Osama again picks up 2, and he will take things off, make that 3, and finally falls. No ace in sight for himself, but it's down to Polo. Call out Marco. Will he shout back? No, he is going to make some noise, and he will shout Polo as he will fall. Seattle will take Search and Destroy.
Well, Florida, you're undefeated. You got one map left to prove yourself. That map is Karachi Control. You can't lose. We'll see how they can perform on Control.
Yeah, and I think MWIII will be enjoying this map. But even though it's their weakest one, he calls it Karachi. Why would you call this map? Actually, no, call it Karachi. I don't like it. Screw it. We're calling it now. As immediately they're going to start to go north. Seattle heading to the north side, and they're getting a good presence, but it's going to be Polo as he's going to call out Marco and get the kills for himself. And the initial bloodbath is looking favorable for Seattle as the lives start to level out.
Yep, trades are going to go through to start off the map. When the tide starts to settle a little bit, it's going to be Seattle ultimately coordinating a group push onto B, but with the assistance of Plancha and Leaf on the Puppeteers, they're just going to be shut down and sent back to the respawns. Now depending on Osama to make a play. We've seen him do it before. See if they can coordinate a B push, get that cap, and move on to A.
It's surprising they're continuously going for B, but the reason is they've got a high spawn on the right side. Of course, Seattle spawning from the right side as the attacking side, and they've got high spawns. They're right at the top, so they're taking advantage of it. They're finally going to start to think about conceding, but already one's on point, but the feed's all orange. Florida are doing a brilliant job of defending, but this might have cost them dearly because off the get-go, 15 seconds left, no ticks, no real presence on any of the sides because of this high spawn. It could have gone south, they could have gone low, time down to 4 seconds, and actually this was a problem that Seattle did, and it's backfired on them.
Yeah, Seattle, Florida coming out like a whole new different team after our short break there. Going back to the drawing board, taking notes, regrouping, refocusing, and winning round 1 in style. Absolutely obliterating the side of Seattle, not even allowing them a single tick on any of the 2 objectives. We can see now that Florida is a skilled team. They get their shots in. They know spawns, they know rotations. It's just a matter of getting themselves warmed and fired up to take on the Seattle Sloths. Hopefully, if you're a Florida fan, you want to see this momentum and this energy to keep going. Seattle Sloths, you still got some time to play with, but it's time to start winning those gunfights.
Yeah, and immediately Florida, they're going to go and start capping. So they're going to go traditional route. They're going to go and cap A, try and go for time and a bit more opportunity for B later on. But initial presence, 1 tick is a lot better off the get-go. So they're going to be happy with that. But at the moment, Seattle have pulled up their pants and they've gone, you know what? We're coming here to play. As they started off that round with a good start with no death. But finally, Florida finding the bullet and then landing in the right place.
Yeah, now Florida has great spawns to start. They're coming from all different directions, top and bottom red, to coordinate a B push, sort of mirroring what Seattle Sloths failed to do last round. They've been doing it and doing it well, but again, you got people like Swarm that are absolutely still hitting their shots despite being down by 1 round. League is able to take care of them, hopefully get some information on if there's anyone on top red. There's not, but here's Matto from top base. He's not going to do too much damage with his rival 9, so he'll be traded out by Polo. Great progress on B for Florida.
Yeah, this is good progress as well. You know, 1 tick on A, 1 tick on B. Is that a full tick though? That's the question. Do we see the marker go through, or is that just uncontested? They're gonna push on. There it is. So they were just shy lucky to able to put themselves on, but still Florida are falling through over Dumpster, so they might need to get someone out back and really start firing and put them in the blender. It's contested from Cubby, but that will be taken away. Is the full security, and that's going to be an advantage for Florida. They're putting this in the bag with 1 minute 30, and now they've got to go for the infamous A site.
Florida fought tooth and nail to get B, and they were awarded it, but now at the cost of being down now 17-13 in the life deficit. Florida has done a great job evenly distributing themselves around the map, but Seattle coming to surprises, still winning their gunfights nevertheless. So right now, if you're on the side of Florida, you need to use those comms to your advantage, but also slow down the playing field a little bit. You have a minute to make a play, so don't just go out so frequently and get fried by Seattle. You got some time to work with here. Use it.
They will definitely need to use it. 7 lives left to 14. That deficit's going to add more pressure. They have slowed down, though. They've listened. This like they just picked up the phone from you and gone, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
What can I say? What can I say? I'm good at these strategies here.
You are good indeed, but the top AC control is going to be in favor of Seattle. We mentioned quite a bit that AC control is dominant and is key, and that's what Seattle have. But finally, Florida is going to find presence. 2 on point. That's going to make the time go a lot quicker. They've got the second tick, so now Seattle really have to push in. Is there anything they can do? A flying from above. No spawn respawns remaining. 2 is alive. Was that their shot? Was that their only opportunity? It's going to be risky with 11 lives on the Seattle side. They're not going to go down to 1 life. Is it a one-man glory, or is it going to be the death? I think Leak knows this is not going to be his, but what a push from Florida. This was fantastic. It was a great attempt. 10 seconds left. I don't think it's going to be their way.
Yeah, I'm a little confused right now. Okay, so he's killed off point. I'm a little confused as to why Leak kind of went in towards the very end there. I thought he was playing to not allow because you know 3 of Seattle's players are on streaks right now, right? So I thought he was playing to not allow them to get any kills that might progress them towards streaks, but instead he kind of waits until last minute and kind of gives a little bit of a half push there. So definitely not the best look on the side of Seattle, but nevertheless, for Florida, you're feeling a little pretty happy right now. They started to bring things back, but I mean, at 9-9 and 3-4, 4-3, 4-6, I mean, it's not looking too good with the KDs on the side of Seattle.
Yeah, just a little reminder as well. I know we're reading off it, but that is actually glitched. So
okay.
It is a glitched stat. You can see Osama with 15 and 10. And up top it says 4 and 6. So there is a little bit of a glitch there, so we do apologize for that side of things and the beautiful game that is. But nonetheless, it's going to be Seattle getting that first start. Again, 2 people on point. That's all. I feel 2 people on A is a handy strat because that really does feel a lot faster than 1, and that's going to be control straight away. This is what they should have done off the get-go, but instead they went for that B push, and it didn't work all well. But now they have time, 2 minutes, to really grind out on the B. Osama in a great position. Spawn's also looking great to go over Dumpster as well. He sees the head. He knows someone's there. But he's unable to get the kill. And now he's out in the open.
Well, I was going to say, under the assumption that they just took care of Polo, Seattle was in a great spot. They had players all over surrounding B, so they could have easily just taken out Polo and then push point, put him in the blender, and just kind of shot him off trash cans. But again, Florida, they came in, and they did not come into play. Coming in, hitting all their shots, getting all their kills. Are down by 2 right now in the life deficit, but that's not too bad considering the fact that Matt is causing some trouble on the side of Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle are getting a nice south side presence. Now they're pushing their way slightly north. That's just kind of what they want to do. They want someone south so they can blend them through Dumpster, deny them access into easy areas. Osama up on top. This is exactly what I mean about creating this blender effect, but they haven't cleared sight. So as much as they've got great positioning, they've still got to get themselves onto the point. And this is the struggle. This is where it gets hard because Florida have dug themselves in.
Yeah, they definitely have right now, but Polo's not going to make things too much more easier on the side of Seattle. Luckily for Seattle, they're not really trapped in a position of spawns, and neither is Florida. A lot of an even distribution across the map, across the board with all our players now coming to meet in the middle. It's going to be a test now to see who can win those gunfights, and according to those results, we'll be able to see who can ultimately win the round.
Yeah, just the heads up, I believe Polo just hit a streak as well. Yes, confirmed. He has the cruise missile, so Polo in a fantastic position, and so is Florida, as they're still trying to fight this off. Seattle might put this on the board, and they will win their attacking side. They won their defense, and now they've just won an attack. All is in favor.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty smart decision, though, on Polo. Yeah, he got the streak to just save it till next round. Wouldn't have actually done any damage onto Seattle. They already had that point cap. Now, obviously, again, a hard pill to swallow if you're on the side of Florida. Match point and series point. Seattle, they're up by 2 now. Florida, you had some energy going into round 1. It's starting to slowly fade away as Seattle is starting to taste what it feels like to successfully complete a sweep. But if we know anything from our last game about the COD Rec League, it's that anything can happen.
Just a heads up, Osama also got a cruise missile in his pocket as well, so he's going to be happy with that. So both sides able to push each other off point. Of course, the most prominent side is if they don't attack, if they go for the B capture first, but no. Oh, they are going to commit to Osama committing to the cruise, and it's going to pick off 2. So great use of the cruise missile, but the A cap site was captured. I would have said personally, to force them away from the A and use the cruise on the last minute round by letting them capture B in first. But, you know, I'm no strategist on this game.
Yeah, there could be a lot of debate on whether or not that cruise was effective. It got a double kill and forced Florida to go to respawns, but at the same time, it didn't do much towards the objective altogether. So, yeah, Florida is able to squeak by with A and plenty of time to go on to B, but now down by 5 lives. They have 20 to play with, but they're down by 5. We're going to need to start getting some kills, but Osama now sitting in the back spawns, finding no kills, would have been a major inconvenience, but again, Florida is doing what they do best, frying people that they come upon.
Look at Shiv. Shivan is in a great position. He has given away a lot of information rotation coming in as well. They actually had a really good forward standing, able to keep Florida back in their spawns, but it's going to be Matto jumping out. He's got 2. Osama also helping out as well, and the lives are just falling away from Florida. The hope, the dream that we had coming into control is slowly fading away, 21 to 16, but is there the last minute hope? Polo getting 1, but it's going to be traded out with Osama. And Osama, again, advanced forward, pushing Florida right back into their spawns. It's 50 seconds left, and with a life deficit of 5, it's not looking good for Florida.
Polo's kill onto Swarm and Osama was a great opening for Seattle to get in and move quick, because, I mean, if there's one thing for sure, Osama is your biggest worry right now on the side of Florida with nearly 35 kills, almost a 2 KD. They're over 2 KD at this point. Osama is looking to close out the round and complete the sweep with 19 seconds left. The clock is ticking, but Seattle is up by 10 lives.
Look how far forward they are. Seattle are pushing right into their spawn. They know they just need to keep him here. 9 seconds left. This is going to be a full sweep. There's nothing Florida can do. This has been pure dominance on Seattle's side. Seattle will take the series.
It's an unfortunate reality coming to terms with Florida. Just because you're an undefeated team does not necessarily mean you're invulnerable, and that's exactly what Seattle has proven today, tonight, in the COD Rec League.